We said we're taking it up a new level and we're out the studio calls. We're going to try and bring NFL football to you, the rugby audience, and maybe see how we get on as the rugby players against the NFL football.
John Carney, 23-year NFL kicker, now coaching kickers at the high school, college, and pro level.
Oh, and by the way, because it's the 21st century, we need to go up against some data going to be provided by Sportable, seeing how good we are actually at these challenges.
So we have our Sportable Smart Rugby Ball here. There's a small electronic chip in here. It works hand in hand with our sensors, which I have one in my hand, and that provides us with real-time data and can provide insights to teams and players with specific distances, hang times, speed, spin rates, and can really benefit game planning and performance analysis.
Love it. We're going to see a few of those things come out in our long snapping and kicking. What am I wearing here though, man? What's this going on? What is this?
Yeah, so that's one of our player wearables, and you put one of our player tags, which I have here on the back of it, and you're able to tag specific players to their kicking and passing that happen on the field.
Catch it before our leg gets too far to the left.
Gotcha. With a little bit of action today, a bit of practical, you're going to teach me a thing or two. Is that all right?
We are. You know, I hear you had a great background in rugby.
I don't know.
I think we're going to be successful. I got a feeling we're going to be successful.
I hope so. Let's go and take on this challenge as John teaches me a thing or two about punting and kicking. I think I know a thing or two about kicking a rugby ball, but what is like the 101 of kicking and punting a football?
Okay, so the traditional American punt, we want a spiral that turns over. It's going to be in an angle anywhere from 10:30 to 11:30. Okay, so if that's 12 o'clock, okay, that's probably
it's about 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what dictates that is the position of the foot. When we point our toe and lock our ankle, we want this to be a very firm surface. So that's very important that we have great flexion and we can point that toe and lock that ankle. We want this ball, for most of our punts, we want this ball to fall flat, okay? So if we want to drive it into the wind, we'll dip the nose just a little bit. We do not want nose up, okay? Nose up will give us a high punt, but many times it won't turn over.
Got you. Well, I mean, I want to see Axel just have a show.
Okay,
show us away, my man.
Axel's one of our combo guys, can punt and kick.
Holy!
That's a great ball. That was an amazing punt. That went 48 yards probably. So if he can repeat that on a regular basis with different situations, meaning rush, wind, weather, he'll be an NFL punter. And actually the guy's a darn good kicker as well.
That looks awesome.
And this is what we call a combo guy. He can punt and kick.
All right, well, I'm going to give it a go. I'm very interested to see how Axel gets on with the rugby ball. And we have some data to see how it goes. So, right foot in front, 11 o'clock. I'm actually a bit nervous now. It's been a while since I kicked. Oh,
not too bad.
That's not the worst.
So you got a lot of rugby in you, which means you have a lot of this turn, okay, which is great for power. As a kicker, okay, we are coming around the ball like that, okay, we're coming in at an angle, and rugby, punting, we can go a little bit to the right and really get that hip turn into the ball for extra power.
Yeah.
So if we're going to do that, we need to get this ball further out to the right and catch it before our leg gets too far to the left.
Gotcha. Right.
So you can survive with, we call it a cut punt.
Interesting.
We can survive with a cut, but it's got to be a low outside drop.
I want to see Axel give me one more if you may, my man, so I can see exactly what I'm working with.
Fantastic.
The sound on that is beautiful.
It's a nice thump, huh?
That is absolute. I really regret doing this challenge, you know? Okay. So put the nose a bit further down and more on the outside.
Correct. Hey!
Oh, just
turnover.
Just get that on camera. I didn't actually put that. Thank you, man. Hey, thank you very much.
Nice.
Right, let's have a look though at Axel. I want to see what John thinks. Have a look at one of these rugby balls. Yeah, let's get this Sportable rugby ball in. And what is interesting, because John, the spiral's big in football, right? I understand that. In rugby, we have the spiral as well, but we also have what's known as a drop punt or an end-over-end kick.
Correct.
But I hear there's also something very similar as well that you do use in football too.
We do. So for our punters at the elite levels of college and pro, we teach them. All came from Darren Bennett from Australia. Darren played in the AFL in Australia. Darren was a great NFL punter, for the San Diego Chargers, finished his career with the Minnesota Vikings. So he introduced what he called the Australian root draw punt, very similar to the rugby punt, into the game of American football. So inside the 20 punts, when we want to pin our opponent inside the 20 or inside the 10 for that matter, this became very consistent, very reliable, and now every punter in the league has that in their bag of tricks. And when they're going in for that, going inside the 20 punt, most of them will use that drop punt.
Got it, right. So I'll show you an example. I hope it's a good example. And then Axel, you can follow, but you kind of know what you're doing. So this is what I would call a drop punt. So I'm gonna try and go straight on 40, 50 meters. Let's have a look.
That's pretty nice.
Okay. Not bad. So, in similar principles, I would say we would just hold the rugby ball a little bit fatter, more towards 10 o'clock, because we got bigger meats to get out of it.
Right.
But still similar processes in terms of your cadence, trajectory, and stuff like that. Not having it too high up in the air, but you will get a nice turnover, probably a better turnover than a football, I think. So, here we go. Example time.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
I'm happy with my example. So you can see there, we'll get a little bit of sportable knowledge. Axel, over to you, my guy. What do you reckon? Now that is money. My guy, that was awesome. I thought I hit a couple of bombs, but I think my man Axel might have outdone me.
Will's best punt, we have a distance of 44.5 meters, a hang time of 3.3 seconds.
Okay.
The top height of 13.5 meters, rotation percentage of 99%, speed 13.4 meters per second, and spin 6.8 rotations per second. And then we go to Axel.
Yeah, that's it.
Many good punts, but we'll go to his best one here. The distance was 54.4 meters.
10 minutes extra.
The hang time was 4.1 seconds.
Oh.
The rotation percentage was 97%. The speed was 13.3 meters per second, and the spin rate was 7.1 rotations per second.
Now the best thing about that is that was with a ball that you're not even used to, and he still crushed it. So there's either a slight embarrassment on me. It was like my opening first kick. It wasn't really good, but Axel man has absolutely nailed it. Again, let's see what's going to happen in some field goal kicking. What we all know about the NFL, when you think about the kickers, you always think about the field goals. The guys who just do not miss. I thought, again, I could kick at the post, as we call it in rugby. That was one of my jobs, but this is a different level. John, talk to me about the whole aspects of field goal kicking, which you were one. How difficult is it?
Well, challenging. We like to use positive terminology.
Okay, yeah.
Challenging is challenging. It takes some thought and it takes some trial and error. What we want to do, so most of us kickers have a background in soccer.
Yes.
Okay, so we've kicked a gazillion soccer balls by the time we get to learning how to kick a football. So we want to make sure, and this is really important because a lot of coaches miss this, we want to make sure our angle of approach to the football is very similar, if not exact, angle that we use for kicking a soccer ball.
Yeah, like a goalkeeper in soccer, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So we have to decide through trial and error and through practice what's our best angle of approach. We also have to decide the distance that we start from. Most kickers are a jab, 1-2 kick. So jab, 1-2 kick.
Okay, yeah. That's the only time you're really allowed as well, otherwise you're getting blocked, I assume, right?
Correct. So the whole operation from snap to kick should be about 1.3 seconds.
Wow.
1.35 is too slow. 1.25 is on the quick side. To be consistent with that tempo, if my tempo is off, mechanics break down, my kicks are going to be off.
Got you, yeah.
Head down, follow through is a pretty basic, fundamental. So 1-2, head down, follow through, and then we pick up the flight of the ball after we're done with the kick. We don't want to come out of the kick and peak early. That can cause inconsistency as well. And contact, foot position, again, goes back to how we positioned our foot when we really wanted to strike a soccer ball.
Yeah.
Firmly. So foot position can vary anywhere from really toe down to somewhat open to very open.
Got you. There's so much to think about. There's so much to think about and all under so much pressure as well. Axel, let's do this again, brother. Let me see an example from yourself. Bingo. That's through.
It's through.
That was big.
Yeah.
That was good.
Nice high kick there. Great trajectory.
Right, Axel. I'm going to give this a go.
Okay, much better. Got it end over end.
Straight
End
through.
over end.
Straight through. But just not as... Your contact's way bigger.
All right, not bad. Not bad.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Better trajectory. So that one less likely to be blocked. We call
you.
that an X ball, so not a perfect rotation, but still flew pretty well.
Yep.
And we're at 30. That had 15 yards to go, so you know you're good for 45. Not bad.
Before you go though, Axel, I needed to see what you like with the rugby ball.
Ooh, that was nice.
That's not bad.
That was beautiful.
Right, up you come, my man.
That was beautiful.
There is a tee. Try and set it up.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so relieved that went through. So the one thing I'll tell you is, because we got the seam in the ball where it is, the best part to the ball is actually kicking a seam and away from the valve without getting too technical. So I probably put the valve away and make sure that I'm looking to hit the seam, because that is where the ball, you get more into the heart of the ball and then it expands more from the seam rather than just the leather. Away you go. Woo! Absolute cannon. Oh my God. Right, let's get into this challenge. Me against Axel, 40 yards out. It's one kick takes all. Surely I can't lose. Surely.
Beauty. Right down Main Street.
Oh! Yes! Pressure on, let's go.
He's
Let's
still
go.
got it. He's still
Still
got it.
got it a little bit. Yeah. To be fair, you have chosen not your normal ball, so I already respect you.
Remember, you gotta lean forward just a little bit.
Yeah, just open up a little bit. Woo!
Holy smokes!
Ethan, let's see, we have some good field goals there.
Let's go to Sportable data here. For the kicking, for Will, we have a distance of 40.9 meters, hang time of 3.5 seconds, rotation percentage of 96%, speed 11.8 meters per second, and spin 7.5 rotations per second.
But it was straight through the post, so like, you know, I wasn't trying to kick the leather off it, but come on. Let's hear from the big guy, what's he got?
Let's go to Axel's kick here. We have a distance of 45.2 meters.
Yeah,
a hang time of 4.0 seconds, a top height of 19.8 meters, rotation percentage of 99%,
Wow.
and a speed of 13.3 meters per second.
Wow. Okay, you win. Just like you win. Guys, thanks so much. Appreciate you. John, thank you so much for coming.
Will.
Axel,
Our pleasure.
my man. That is it. Kicking, rugby and football. There's a lot of similarities there, but my respect goes to you guys.